Welcome to Music Scene Investigation. Rich Wildman here. Glad you're with us today. It is a very, very important day for our Artist of the Year vote. We've got a lot going on today and not necessarily a lot of time to get to it. We've got a lot to go through, so let's get to it, shall we? I want to take and introduce our panelists. We're going to bring in our in-house panelist for today's show. Sorry, no guest panelist. And we're going to talk about the previous award show, which we had on it was early January. I don't remember the exact date. Maybe Ian can refresh my memory. Ian, how are you today, sir?
I'm not too bad, Richard. Slightly recovering from a bout of illness we've all had this week, but not too bad otherwise.
Well, you look fine, if that's any consolation.
That's very nice of you to say, Richard. Very nice of you to say. I think it was the 12th?
The 12th, yeah, there you go. That makes sense.
There you go.
That would be
2 Sundays ago.
Yeah, I'd have to look at a calendar to make sure you're right. It was exactly the 12th.
There you go. See?
Yeah, you are the mathematician.
Not even a pretty face.
Well, the weather been treating you fine over in England. I mean, I hear people talk about ungodly rains and floodings and things like that going on over there.
Yeah, there's still parts of the country which are heavily underwater. Somerset especially, they declared emergencies down there. It's not too bad where we are. Yes, there's a lot of rain in the sky. We've had hailstones and ungodly winds and storms and all sorts of stuff. And they're threatening that the cold snap's going to come soon as well. So I've got this vision that Somerset, which is currently underwater, then there's going to be a cold snap. So basically, Somerset's going to be turned into an ice ring.
Ah, well, that makes sense. I mean, it's global warming after all.
Indeed.
That's what I think of it anyway. I am going to make note of something right now that I'm seeing on my broadcast system. I'm seeing that our broadcast signal is going up and down. That means that over at Justin TV, there may be some quirks, some issues with the broadcast, at least for the next couple of minutes until that gets ironed out and smoothed out as things go along. And I apologize for that. Unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about it. Unless, of course, I can get Tommy, who's in New York, to go down and beat those guys up at Justin TV. Tommy, how are you? Welcome.
Okay, I'll go downstairs and kick the three pigs. See no video, hear no video, and what the heck is video?
Yeah, exactly. Somebody needs to do it.
Yeah.
Are things going well for you? I hear that the East Coast got a blanket of snow.
We had a dusting compared to what's been going on, but we're in the deep, old-fashioned winter here, which we haven't had since back in my old days, when I had to walk 6 miles to school carrying rocks,
Uphill both ways, I take it.
Oh, yes, and across the river and over Dale. And Dale never liked the fact that I stepped on him.
Well, it is always good to have both of you guys here, and today is no exception. We've got a lot to do today, as I alluded to earlier. A couple of weeks ago, as Ian stated at the beginning of the show, on the 12th of January, we had our award show. And for the 2 months prior to that, we had been taking votes on our Panelist of the Year and our Artist of the Year. Our Panelist of the Year vote was fairly straightforward, fairly simple, clean and cut. As far as voting goes, Susie Chase was the recipient of the Artist of the Year, and I think deservedly so. What do you guys say about that?
I have no problem.
I think Susie done very, very well. It's nice to see a young lady take the seat this year.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It was a nice change of pace to see that happen.
I mean, nothing against Paul Muro. I mean,
Yeah, no.
He's a lovely young lady, but
yes, he is.
I don't know. It's all about the personality, and of course, the audience decides, and the audience chose Susie Chase as the Panelist of the Year. However, the Artist of the Year vote was a little bit more complicated. The Artist of the Year vote acquired over that 2-month period over 50,000 votes. And while that is wonderful, we love to see that kind of kind of display from fans of these artists in voting, there were some irregularities in those votes that we have to take into account and reconcile. And in doing so,
Republicans?
no, not. I'm sorry, Tom. No Republicans. There may have been some who voted, but I don't think that there were any discrepancies because of that. The discrepancies came from multiple votes cast from multiple IP addresses, and in some cases from what are called voting bots, in which a person will use JavaScript or something like that to be able to create multiple votes over a short period of time, in some cases hundreds or thousands of votes.
Yeah, we got a term for that in England.
What do you call it in England, Ian?
Cheating.
Okay, well, let's call it what it is then, and say that. The fact of the matter
fraud.
is, well, I don't want to go too far with it, but what we decided to do in reconciling those issues after being notified about it from some of the fans of the artist who were up for the awards, we always want a clean vote as much as possible, and in every way we want that vote to be reflective of the fans. And to that end, what we decided to do was to take the top 3 finishers in that initial vote and put them in a vote-off, which is what we're going to be holding today. And on today's broadcast, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be, first of all, reminding everybody of the artists that are up for vote Artist of the Year in this vote-off that we're going to be having a little bit later on in the broadcast today. And then what we're going to do is actually hold the vote itself. So in a couple of moments, you'll see a URL pop up on the bottom of the screen, which will tell you exactly where you can go to make this vote happen. And everybody will have the opportunity to vote. We're going to open the voting for a short period of time. In fact, the time will be between 10 and 15 minutes, however long it takes us to play all 3 of the nominated songs for Artist of the Year is how long you'll have to vote. So make sure you get your vote in. Please only vote once. And at the end of that time, after the 3 songs have played, we will then tally those votes and make that announcement live as we're doing the broadcast right now. Anybody
and the decision today will be final.
The decision today will be final. That is correct. Now, Ian, Tom, do either of you guys have any questions about how we're conducting things today?
I think considering what went on, it's the fairest thing we can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ian?
Oh, just again, echo what Tom says. It's the fairest and most transparent way of making this, which is what we have had emails from fans demanding, threatening, whatever you want to call it. So, it's a short window, but if your fans are that dedicated, then you'll be here waiting to hear your artist and put your vote in that very short time. And it's a true reflection of who's actually rallied their troops to come and do this today.
Exactly. Now, a couple of technical things. You do not have to be logged in to vote. So you don't have to be a member of either MusicSceneInvestigation.com or JustinTV.com in order for your vote to count. All you have to do is go to the URL we'll be putting up on the page in a little bit in order to make your vote count. One thing you may have to do, however, is refresh the page. If you get a 404 error, you may have to refresh that URL in your browser to make sure that it loads up completely. Now then, let's talk about who the artists are who are up for Artist of the Year. Let's go over them for a little bit. I've got the card here. We had a number of nominees last year, but the 3 who have passed on to this vote-off are Michelle Lockey. Shell Sings For You is the name she has on the site, and she had a song from actually 2011, or excuse me, it was 2012, which was called Something Beautiful, that was actually a Song of the Month selectee back in that time period. And she's the first one I want to talk about, guys. Her song, and I know you both remember it and know it. What do you think about that track? What do you remember of that track? Let me just put it that way, I guess. Ian?
It's a happy little upbeat poppy tune, acoustic, male and female vocals. It's got a lot going for it. It really has. It's one of those songs that you can see in a mobile phone advert or a clothing advert with all the kids running around in a field on their phones and stuff. Do you know what I mean? One of those.
Sure, that makes sense. And over to Tommy. Tommy, what about you? What do you think of Michelle's song?
Well, in all meanings of the words, it is very commercial. For a commercial, like Ian said, or just very commercially driven. It's upbeat, it's simple, it's straightforward, it's got a catchy little tune in it. She's got a nice voice, great voice. Is this, I remember we had someone that was 14 years old. This wasn't her, was it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, she's still got a great voice. It's still a very poppy song, and it's still very commercial.
I'm sure Shell will be happy that you called her, said she was 14.
Yeah, she might be. Who knows? And the second song that we had that hit the top 3 on the initial voting during the Artist of the Year votes was from Dylan Locke, who goes under the name Lockstar on our website. His track called Killer and Sin, which is a little bit more of a... it's got a harder edge to this track. Tommy, what did you think of it? What do you remember of it?
I liked it. I liked the darkness, I guess you would call it, the harder edge. It really had a nice drive, and I really liked his vocal performance. It was very emotive, if I may say. And I'm glad it made it to the chase, so to speak.
And Ian, what are your thoughts, Dylan Locke and Killer and Sin?
It was one of those songs for me that grabbed me the first time I heard it on the show, and I actually went out and checked out some of his other stuff after that. Again, good passion in his voice, or emotive, as Tom says, really like that. Subject matter, if I remember rightly, is alcohol, something we can probably all relate to at some point in time in our life, which is always good. And the general songwriting and performance style of this is very good. And again, a commercial number. It's one that you could hear on the radio or something like that.
All right, I appreciate that. Now, before we get to our third artist who's up for the Artist of the Year, again, I want to apologize for any issues you may be experiencing in the live video feed. We're feeding our live video through Justin TV, and they're apparently having some server issues on their end because my connection is still a little bit iffy every once in a while, and I just want to apologize for that up front.
It's kind of like watching an R-rated movie on the Disney Channel with large chunks being blocked out.
Yeah, well, we try and keep things rated PG around here, I guess. The last artist I want to talk about today, of course, last but not least, is Jimmy Mowery and his track, This Is War. Again, an edgier track, maybe even than what Dylan Locke's track was. This Is War. What do you think about that one, Ian?
Again, another powerful pop-driven rock tune with a big hooky chorus and some great performances. I mean, all these songs today really do stand well against each other in their own little rights. And, Jimmy Mowery is no different to the other guys. He's got a well-produced, well-performed, well-written song, which deserves to be up here today with the top 3, effectively.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. And, Tommy, your thoughts on Jimmy Mowery and This Is War?
I don't think it's as edgy as the aforementioned song. I think it's, again, they're all very commercially well-written. You could hear them on, and this one too. It is a very well-produced statement of a pop rock tune. Excuse me, I must go to my English accent in order to be understood. It's well written. I think it's going to be these all three of these were deservedly so on the chart, top of the charts, top of the pop charts today.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. And
What do you
again,
think, Rich?
my opinion really
come on,
doesn't matter much because
No, we
today.
rarely get to hear your opinion.
Well,
we rarely get to hear you.
No, I
You sit
think
in
he
the back
stakes
as a
it in a
host.
little bit too much.
No, today the audience is, of course, going to decide. The fans of these three artists are going to make their voice heard, and they're going to do that in just a little bit. My thoughts on this really don't matter. It's what they have to say that matters, and we'll find out from them in a little bit what they think. I do want to take the opportunity to thank the sponsors or our sponsors and partners throughout the year for their support in making these awards possible. The guys and gals over at the Live to Play Network who join us every month for our hit list broadcast, wherein the nominations for our band and or artist of the year are made. Without them, we could not do this, and we do appreciate their participation along with the guys and gals over at Worldwide Indie Radio, WWIRradio.com. Mark and Carol and their team of people do a lot for indie music. We really appreciate their input and support as well as they take and our song of the month or our artist of the month input on their Twitter Tuesday live broadcast, as well as the Indie Music Bus. They support indie artists all over the social networks. You can see them out on Twitter at Indie Music Bus, and of course go to indiemusicbus.com to hook up with Walter and his team if you're looking for support in social networks.
Just a minor note.
Sure,
I
Tom.
believe yesterday was actually Walter's birthday. Happy birthday, Walter.
Oh, there you go. Yes, indeed. Happy birthday.
Walter.
Yep, indeed. Now then, Ian, do you have a idea of what the award trophy looks like?
I do, actually.
I was going to say, I thought you might have something hanging around.
Do I have an idea? I've actually got something we can show you all. The crackling of bubble wrap.
I hope your picture clears up so we can see it.
I hope it moves.
No, that's just me.
Oh, okay.
And there we have it. Can you see that?
It is a little pixelated, but what it is, it's a gold trophy with a microphone atop it.
It is.
And what does the placard say on it? We cannot read the placard, unfortunately.
It says MSI 2013 Best Artist with our web address along the bottom.
Oh, there you have it. So that is one of the things that the artist will receive that they can actually hold in their hand, put on their mantle to express our appreciation for their participation at MusicSceneInvestigation.com. Now,
it may be small, but it means a lot.
It really does. It really does. And
we've got some great prizes as well, haven't we?
We actually do. From the Live to Play Network, they have teamed up once again with their friends over at Blue to offer a Yeti microphone to the winner of our Artist of the Year vote. So either Michelle, Dylan, or Jimmy, one of the three, will be taking that as well as the trophy. So it's all good stuff.
I mean,
Indeed.
As far as I'm concerned, they can retire after they get this stuff.
They don't have to go to the Grammys, is what you're saying. Is that right? Is that right, Tom?
Who needs a Grammy? You've got an MSI, an MSIE.
An MSIE. All right. Well, that makes sense to me, I guess. All right. Now, what I want to do, and I noticed that Ian's video has dropped out. There it is. It's back. That's good. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to open up the page. I'm going to go ahead and publish this. And let me see.
Everybody refresh everybody's screen so you can get the...
I haven't given anybody the URL yet.
So no, I mean the video screen because of the drops.
Yeah, you definitely want to do that if you haven't, so you can make sure you can see the URL. I'll also tell you, of course, what it is, and hopefully the audio is coming through a little bit better. but the server connection is dropping out. It's not Justin TV's best day by any means. Now then, as we go forward, what we're going to do is we're going to open up the voting, and you're going to be able to make your votes count. You can vote at the URL as you see it at the bottom of the page right now, and that is musicsceneinvestigation.com/vote 2013, vote 2013.
And now, I can confirm the page is active.
All right, that's good to hear. I was just going to ask somebody to do that. So now then, what we'd like to do is we'd like to invite all the participants who want to vote for their favorite artist to please do so as we go through and play for everyone who happens to be watching today's broadcast the nominated songs. We're going to start out today with Something Beautiful from Michelle Lockey, which is a nominated song for Artist of the Year. Here it is, everyone. Enjoy.
It feels like I've known you my whole life, and you're the only one who knows my head to my toes. So stand by my side and be forever mine, 'cause the secret's out on our love. Can I borrow you for a lifetime or two? Ooh, let's make something beautiful and let the sun shine in and seal us with a kiss. Ooh, let's make something beautiful. Whoa, oh. The best parts of me, you see them, and every little bit is yours. Every day and every night, you're the only single solitary thing on my mind. So let's wrap it up in a bow, tie a knot, spin it round, see where it goes. Let's fall free, just you and just me. Can I borrow you for a lifetime or two? Make something beautiful and let the sun shine in and seal us with a kiss. Ooh, let's make something beautiful. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Oh yes, I do. I love you. I love you. I do. I do. I do. I do. Can I borrow you for a lifetime or two? Ooh, let's make something beautiful and let the sun shine in. Seal us with a kiss. Let's make something beautiful. Oh, let's make something beautiful. Oh, let's make something beautiful.
All right, that is Michelle Lockey's song number 1 in the 3 that we're going to be playing today for the Artist of the Year vote off. And we're going to go next to Dylan Lockstar, We're going to hear his track, which is called Killer and Sin, right now on the Vote Off at MusicSceneInvestigation.com. This is Lockstar's Killer and Sin.
He grabs the bottle. Yeah. He grabs the bottle with a grin. 'Cause in this battle, there's a killer. And in this battle, there's a sin. It's not my turn. No, 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 be another victim of defeat. Maybe I'll drink tomorrow. Maybe I'll pass the bottle and pour the killer in the sin. 'Cause there was a time before you when everyone did what you do, but I think I won't do the same. Advantage of his life, 'cause hell's a mystery that it used to be, and he's not coming home tonight. And it's not my turn, no, 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 to be another victim of defeat. Yeah, maybe I'll drink tomorrow. Maybe I'll pass the bottle and pour the killer in the sin. 'Cause there was a time before you when everyone did what you do, but I think I won't do the same. Na, 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 na. The bottle and pour the killer in the sin. Yeah. 'Cause there was a time before you when everyone did what you do, but I think I won't do the same.
And that is Dylan Locke and his track Killer and Sin as the second song on the MSI Artist of the Year Vote Off. Again, you can get your vote in by going to the URL at the bottom of the screen. It's MusicSceneInvestigation.com/vote 2013. VOTE 2013 is the URL you want to go to. And we're going to go right into our third track right now. I want to let you know, after the third track is over, we're going to be closing the voting. We said we'd have the voting on for a short period of time, and that period of time began at the start of the series of play, and it will end after the play is finished, of course. This is Jimmy Mowery's track, This Is War, on the MSI Artist of the Year Vote Off. Here it is, everyone. Enjoy.
When you woke up this morning, tell me, how did you feel? Do you like what you're seeing when you look in the mirror? Was it worth all the trouble? Are you afraid to come home? Yeah, we built it together. Hope you like it alone, 'cause it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done, I'm done. It's not alright, I'm not okay, I couldn't hate you more than I do today. We had it all and you threw it away. Hope you're drowning in this mess you made. You think that you have been through hell before. Well baby, this is nothing to say. Everything that you cared for, sweetheart, yeah, it's all in your name. No, I'm not gonna worry, you got it all figured out. You made your bed with another, so you can lay in it now. 'Cause it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done, I'm done. It's not alright, I'm not okay, I couldn't hate you more than I do today. We had it all and you threw it away. Hope you're drowning in this mess you made. You think that you have been through hell before. Well baby, this is dreaming of what we had and you can feel it deep inside you. Let it remind you every day of what you did. If you can sleep, then I hope you're dreaming of what we had and you can feel it deep inside you. Let it remind you every day of what you did, because it's done. Oh, I'm done. It's not alright, I'm not okay, I couldn't hate you more than I do today. We had it all and you threw it away. Hope you're drowning in this mess you made. It's not alright, I'm not okay, I couldn't hate you more than I do today. We had it all and you threw it away. Hope you're drowning in this mess you made. You think that you have been through hell before. No, you think that you have been through hell before. Well baby, this is war.
All right, that is Jimmy Mowery and his track, This Is War, the third track of the series in the Vote for Artist of the Year. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to close the voting. So the voting is now closed. And we're going to take a couple of seconds here, and I'm going to ask Ian to go into our voting process and find out what the final votes are. And we'll find out in just a second here what we have to work with. Ian, do you have any numbers yet you can announce to us, sir?
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll.
Well, in third position, we have Shell Sings For You with not many votes, I'm afraid. Only 4% of the votes. In second place, we have Dylan Locke with 30% of votes. But Jimmy Mowery seems to have taken it this year with 66% of the votes. So well done to Jimmy Mowery. Congratulations on being MSI Artist of the Year.
Yep, big congratulations to Jimmy Mowery on the vote off and winning that vote with his song, This Is War. Congratulations, Jimmy. And well done to all his fans and everybody who came out and voted. Of course, thank you very much for doing so. And we couldn't make this happen without you. There is no doubt about it. So now then, what is going to happen is that Jimmy is going to be the recipient of all the praise and glory that comes with being the MSI Artist of the Year. And actually,
And
what we're going to have happen is we're going to see him as a panelist on a show, hopefully, within 2014. Isn't that right, Ian?
That's correct. That is part of the package, is that they actually come on and get a chance to go through the review process themselves with other people's music, and obviously get a chance to tell us a bit more about them as well.
All right,
Whether they want to or not.
No, we don't force them to do anything. If they want to, they're
Come
more than
on, Rich.
welcome.
I know you've got a pea gun there somewhere.
Yeah, but we don't use it for those purposes. But you definitely will be getting in touch with Jimmy Mowery at some point within the next couple of days, and we'll be working out a scheduled time to get him on the broadcast as well. So again, we want to take and thank everybody for being here with us today. Of course, next week, we do this all totally differently. We're not going to do another award show next week. We're actually going to be doing a regular MSI broadcast, and we'll have a special guest panelist on next week to sit on the panel. Ian, who do we have joining us next week?
What date's next week? I can't even think what date next week is. Let me have a look.
It's Groundhog's Day, 2nd of February.
Is it Groundhog's Day, is it?
It is at least here in the U.S., it's Groundhog's Day.
Punctuary Phil.
And I only know that because Bill Murray is staying in my basement.
Still?
Still. Every day I wake up.
Of course, it is our Artist of the Year from the previous 2 years. Mr. Paul Miro will be joining us.
Hey, Paul. Be good to have him back.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be very nice to see Paul again, so we're looking forward to that. Hope you join us on the 2nd of February when Paul Miro will be here, and I'm sure he's got a lot to talk about. He is just in the process. I keep watching him on Twitter. He's got so much going on with Apes, Pigs, and Spacemen. He's got his own albums he's been promoting. Sometimes you get Got, the acoustic version, the full-blown version, the videos that Ian, our very own Ian Husband, has been involved with. Some amazing stuff going on. And Paul, of course, is today, I guess he's been repeating himself because he's stressed out.
He's always stressed out. He practically lives in his studio, does Paul. Doesn't see daylight very often. And his closest friend outside of his wife is a cup of coffee. Yeah,
I was going to say, it's either that or the guy who sells guitar strings, one of the two. If he's not drinking coffee, he's stringing guitars, it seems like. All right, so we're looking forward to that. Hope you'll join us then. And again, a big congratulations to Jimmy Mowery as the Artist of the Year for Music Scene Investigation. And don't forget Miss Susie Chase as well as the Panelist of the Year. Certainly hope to see you guys here again next week when we'll be joined by, of course, Mr. Paul Miro. Now then, I'm going to play out with This Is War from our Artist of the Year, Mr. Jimmy Mowery, as we close things out today on Music Scene Investigation. Thanks for being with us, everybody. We'll see you again next week right here.
Bye.
When you woke up this morning, tell me, how did you feel? Do you like what you're seeing? When you look in the mirror, was it worth all the trouble? Are you afraid to come home? Yeah, we built it together. Hope you like it alone. 'Cause it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done, I'm done. It's not alright, I'm not okay. I couldn't hate you more than I do today. We had it all and you threw it away. Hope you're drowning in this mess you made. You think that you have been through hell before? Well, baby, this is war. Well, baby, this is war. When you called me this morning, there was nothing to say. Everything that you cared for, sweetheart, yeah, it's all in your name. No, I'm not gonna worry. You've got it all figured out. You made your bed with another, so you can lay in it now. 'Cause it's inside you. Let it remind you every day of what you did. If you can sleep, then I hope you're dreaming of what we had, and you can feel